Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube, back with the Dark Shadows video for you guys and gals. Episode 83. Well, this is a reaction video. If you guys had been following me along, I was at episode 82. I'm at episode 83. It's from this. Let's get this. Let's see. There's Roger coming out the house. Great on location shot here as Louis Edmonds puts his hand up against, it looks like a banister. And they cut from there to Victoria Winters in David's room, and she's looking for her pen. Roger has it. So Victoria is looking for her pen. David says he put the pen right there. He says he put it right there. I think I did. So Vicky asked David to help her look. And there's Roger with the pen again. I like how he's wearing the black gloves. He's bare. He's dug a small hole with a gardening shovel, and he's bare. Damn thing. I mean, who's gonna look there seriously? Where he's gonna put a rock over it too? Just a boot. He's gonna put a heavy ass rock. He's sliding that rock. And that's the opening. I like how they did a location shot because again, we're not gonna get many more of those. I mean, so I can't wait to get to episode 100 to give my the first 100 episodes of Dark Shadows. What what were they? What did they do? What did they set up? Because I got it all hurt now. Here's Vicky. She's still looking for that pen in David's room. David's helping her though. He is looking. It's not. And Vicky says it's a very expensive pen. Vicky says, try to remember last where you saw it. Remember where. Remember where you were the last time you saw it. So David says he left the room and the pen was on the desk. Look, Boyster. He says, I did not steal your pen. He's right. He did not take it. She says, you have a habit of bar. What about my father? That's a good point. David actually brings up the point in this episode. What about my dad? Roger was examining it and almost walked out of the room with it the episode ago. I bet he did. He blames it on his dad. I think, if it certainly wasn't your father, she's defending Roger. And you got to understand the reason why, if you're 83 episodes in, that David always blames everything on somebody else. So that's what Vicky thinks David is doing now. David says, "Go look in there. Basically look in the west wing." And there's Roger. He now knows he already knew the pen was taken, but he's pretending he didn't. And she says, "That's not the point." Yeah, he says, "No, he's telling the truth." And Roger's quick to believe him. I'll see you in a drawing. And David, look at David's face. I love David Hennessy's shocked face. He isn't your friend. He is not. David's bragging that, yeah, my dad isn't your friend. Does Roger have friends, really? I mean, I know David, who David's friends are. The Supernatural, the ghost, and Vicky, but here we're at the Collinsport restaurant slash hotel. There's Maggie Evans, Catherine Lee Scott's character. She's got a newspaper. Door opens. It's Joe Haskell. My cat is watching Dark Shadows. That's all I need to know. There. What are you doing, kitty? And I love how Joe's just standing behind the counter. He's serving himself some coffee. You actually do see that from in an early episode where somebody goes behind the counter and serves themselves some coffee. So a coffee cup without a saucer. Joe Haskell says, or to Maggie, Joe Haskell at your service, and Maggie Evans says, better not let Carolyn Stoddard hear you say that. She said, don't ever. So Joe tells Maggie that Carolyn told him never to speak to her again. He turned. Joe tells Maggie he turned down a promotion. So, if for anybody who's never watched DS, Joe Haskell is somebody who was in love with Carolyn Collins Stoddard, and he's always wanted his own boat and be independent of the Collins family. And everybody knows that. I mean, that's not a secret. That's why he turned down this promotion that was offered to him. Maggie reminds Joe he loves Carolyn. He says, "How can I love her? I don't even know what she is or what she wants." And he doesn't know what she wants. I mean, you will meet characters in Dark Shadows that aren't just wild, but are literal wild cards. David isn't the only wild card in the show. I think every character, in my opinion, every character in this show for the most part has a wild card character trait. Even Vicky. And she's looking. You wanted to talk to me? Yeah, we're back at Collinwood. Roger and Vicky are talking in the drawing room. Are you quiet, Servant David Tuckerman? So Roger's telling her, even if David did steal it, maybe you should overlook it. Roger just wants her to forget the whole thing. That's really what it is. I mean, that's why he's defending David here. This is a smooth move by the writers and Louis Edmonds to do this. But you gotta love Vicky's determination here. No, damn it, that's my pen. I found it. I want it. Forget about the pen. No. Pretend the pen and argument never happened. I don't think I could do that, she says. Roger says he'll know the pen will never show up again. Yeah, he knows. He knows it will show up again, by the way. Spoiler alert, right? But he makes the excuse to David because David will never return it. So in a sense, in every way, he's blaming David for stealing the pen without directly accusing him. God, psychology. Oh my God. So Vicky just agreed she'll forget. Okay, she'll let it go, and Roger says you'll find that best for everybody. Yeah, you, Roger, you. Again, really great psychology by the actors and actresses here, and great psychology by the writers. I mean, they did a really good job here of building the pen going missing, and it goes missing. You suspect Roger's going to try to take it. He does. Vicky does not know that. You know, there are moments in DS where we, the audience, know something, and the characters don't because, well, how can they? They didn't see it happen. They didn't see who did this or who did that. So when you have a suspect like a kid who has issues, you're going to blame said kid. And Vicky does. And again, David does, because David does his usual deflecting. Vicky just thinks, I know you're lying to me. And in this instance, she's wrong. I think this is a great character trait in the sense of Vicky to show, hey, even Victoria Winters can be wrong. If we haven't built that, we're building it now. No, good stuff. Good stuff so far. It's not over. I'm just waiting for the ad on freaking Tubi to get it over. I do love I love the atmosphere that the early DS episodes did. And that is something I'm going to mention once I get to episode 100. And we're back at the restaurant slash hotel. And Maggie reminds Joe, you are the White Knight of Collinsworth. In a sense, he is. He's the most honest person there. Maggie says the one time she went up to Collingwood, she felt like there were 100 ghosts around her. So they're talking about the West Wing, and Joe's never been in there. I love Joe's little psychology trick. He did the same thing to Vicky Winters in an episode. She said if she had a choice between the big house at Collingwood and the little cottage. So Maggie invites Joe to dinner in this episode. He says, maybe I'll do that. Maybe he'll stop over. The writers are, well, in a previous episode, you saw Maggie looking at Joe like she was attracted to him. So now this is the episode where we're going to have Maggie ask Joe out. And he does. She does. There is Roger, all smiles, looking into the crystal ball. I was looking for the pen. That's not it. Roger pulls a pen from his jacket. He gives David a pen. Grown-ups make mistakes. Adults make them. Miss Withers was too hasty, tells David. So I want you to have the pen. Thanks. So Roger tells, okay, now that I've given you a pen, I want you to forget. I want you to forget about Miss Winter's pen. Fucking Lewis Edmonds. So smooth, man. So smooth of Roger. So Roger tells David basically, almost basically the conversation he had with Vicky. He does tell her she promised she wouldn't make a big deal of the pen. I'm still mad at her. I can't help that. Because David says he's still mad at Vicky. Hope you enjoy your gift. You know what happened to her pen? He does say it was right there when he left. I have a theory. So Roger says it was one of those ghost friends you have. Oh my god. He went there. He went there. I guess I would too if I were him. You gotta. He thinks the matter should be settled between him and Miss Winters. Basically, I mean, he's already given David free reign to do whatever he wants to Vicky. He just more confirms it in this episode. Just, hey, do whatever you want. The matter's between you and her. Settle it. And what does David do to settle things? He leads Vicky into the west wing. There's a secret passage in the drawing room that leads up to the west wing, and he locks her in an abandoned room. Where's my phone? He's gone out. Is anyone else? What's the matter? There's a knock on the door. It's thundering outside. It's Joe. He visits Collinwood. Vicky's like, you don't know what it's like to be alone in this house with David. Carolyn is, Vicky's telling Joe Carolyn did not mean what she said, but he said, I'm tired of getting my face slapped every 10 minutes. Joe says he's got a dinner date tonight. Vicky does not want to be alone in that house with David. I can't say I blame her. Who would want to be in a house alone with a kid? She's going upstairs to see him. David's got his window open looking out of it. I'm gonna get even. Okay, so it's the next episode. I'm gonna get even. I'm gonna get even. I thought it was this episode. Well, Miss Winters. Who's at the door? Joe. No, he asked if he's still there, and she's like, no. So he says I lied to you before about the pen. You have it back, cool. It's in there. He says it's in the West Wing. It's in the closed off section. No, she go with me. Except for me. David's got a key. He's gonna. So yeah, he takes her to the main door, but there is a back way. There is a secret passage in the drawing room. That's right. Roger uses the secret passage. That's right. The only way you're gonna get your pen. So they're entering the West Wing, and that's where the episode ends. I think, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's where it ends. I love how the end credits show the leaves blow, show the like some bushes like blowing around in the wind. Good job by the effect department. Um, Again, so they're in the West Wing. They're entering the West Wing, and yeah, Vicky is going to get locked in the bedroom room in the next episode, which I'll cover here in a bit. You guys have a good night.